Hey students, a very good afternoon to everybody right there and welcome to the very session. I am Preksha Sharma, your English educator at Unacademy and I welcome you all here. Hey guys, hi and hello to everybody right there. Everybody, hi and hello everyone. You're very excited for this session, Vanshika. That's so sweet of you, dear. That's really sweet of you. I'm very well, thank you so much and I hope that you are good too, right? Hey Sarita, hi everyone. Welcome to the very session, guys. Hey Shobit, hello guys, welcome. Guys, come on, share the link with all your friends. Call them because the explanation of the chapter is very much needed. You had already seen in the sample papers that how the questions were there, and most of the questions in your sample paper they are going to be from your literature section. So you need to read every bit of your chapter. That means everything line by line should be covered so perfectly. Okay, we cannot risk anything. 40 marks is just in your hands, guys. You guys can definitely score it. So why to wait something? Okay, why to lose any mark just because you're not reading it? Just go ahead with the reading and listen to me very carefully today. Hey everybody, hi Vanshika, that's super great. Hi, happy Ganesh Puja, happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you too. Thank you Ranjit, thank you so much and I wish the same for you. Alrighty people, hey Vansh, hi guys. So I hope that everybody is really doing super great. Guys, are you nervous for your examinations? Just let me know this. Are you guys nervous or what? Are you guys nervous or are you pretty excited that or are you confident or are you overconfident? How is it going everybody? Thank you Vansh, thank you so much dear. I wish you the same. Vanshika, thank you so much and I wish you the same my dear. Hey Muskan, hi, hello people. Anupam, hi dear, hi, hello. Hi, happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everybody right there. Once I'm very well, thank you so much. Priyanshu, you are not nervous. Are you not afraid? You're excited, Shobit. That's pretty good. Hey Rashmi, hi Swanprava. Okay, it's Swanprava. Hey, nervous. Okay, now I'm extremely excited. No, ma'am, not nervous. You're excited. That's pretty good. Hey Sakshi, hi Anshika, mixed feelings Soumya. All right, so that's okay. I mean, that's completely fine, right? Hey Suvarna, hi Rajdeep, hello Samruddhi, hello everybody. Hi SS Gaming, hi Rajdeep. Hi and hello to everybody right there. Welcome to the very session, guys. I'm Preksha Sharma. You guys know me very well, and I've got different hobbies. I told you I like writing, I like reading, I like teaching a lot of students to be really fluent in their communication without any nervousness, without any anxiety, without any fear. Okay. There shouldn't be any public speaking fear. You're excited, Vansh. That's pretty good. Hey, Anshika. Thank you, dear. And I wish you the same. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everybody right there. Hey, Kavalya. You've got a different name. Hey, Nikita. Hi, Sayed. Hi, Kavalya. Hi Kavya, hi Anupam, hi Anupam Monu, hello, hi Divyaksh, hi Rajdeep. Today Rajdeep we are going to deal with the word to word explanation of the chapter Footprints Without Feet right now, and then right at 4:30 you will be having 50 important questions right from this very particular chapter. So that's going to be mentee, so make sure that everybody is going to listen to me very carefully, okay? Moving ahead, you know we have got 10% off on Unacademy Plus platform. This is one of the platforms wherein you can interact more with me. For that, you will have to make use of my code PSH10 and meet me on the Plus platform because this is going to give you all 10% straight discount. Hey Rajak, hi Archana, hi Nitin, hello people, hey Rabindra, hi dear, hi Ashu, hi Preetham, hello, hi and hello to everybody right there. Moving ahead guys, we have got Bugs Bounty, okay? It's an opportunity for all the learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. Be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize and report any inappropriate content using the form given in the description below. If you think that something is really not appropriate and that is not right, which is being taught to you by any educator, you guys can report that by using the form given in the description below. Then guys, we are back with Unacademy Emerge and this is literally going to be so helpful for everybody right there. Be the first one to practice for CBSE term 1. We are coming up with an amazing practice so that you guys can literally nail in your term 1 examinations, okay? So this is going to be your as per your latest exam pattern. I mean as per the pattern which is being issued by CBSE. I mean according to the exact pattern of your CBSE paper, all right? CBSE sample. So free live mock test every week. This is going to be in every week task, okay? Aligned with latest CBSE guidelines. Toppers features on Unacademy social media handles would be there. Detailed performance report would be shared. Video solutions would be given to you all by the top educators, and all India rank would definitely be there. Okay, so guys, get set to ace your CBSE term 1 examination. It's going to be a 90 minutes thing. All right. MCQ based questions would be there. So we have replaced your mental ability based questions with your MCQ questions, and that is exactly going to be as per your syllabus. So for class 10, this is going to be for maths and science, and class 12, this is going to be for physics, chemistry, maths and biology. So it's starting from September 11. Note it right away. That is the upcoming Sunday. Enroll for free. Link is given in description. Make use of my code PSH10 in order to unlock the code. All right. Now we are beginning with the chapter Footprints Without Feet, which has been written by whom? By H.G. Wells. I'm sure you guys must have read the chapter. How many of you have read the chapter? Hey Palak, hi there. Welcome to the very session. Hey Aryan, I am sorry you're from DAV. I think I remember you because there was one student who was from DAV. Hey, hi Komal, hi Supriya, hi Palak. Hello, hello, hello. Hey Aditi, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to the very session. I hope that everybody is doing well, right? Hey Shivi, okay people, okay Pratinam, not at all. I mean, not a problem dear. There's no need to be thankful. That's completely okay. Hey Supriya, I'm very well. Thank you so much. Alright people, so we are beginning with a chapter Footprints Without Feet. I'm sure you guys know this. So now, just talk a bit. Alright, let me know that what you know. Okay, what is the chapter all about? Be quick. Because see, I'm going to ask you all 50 important questions after I'm done with the explanation today. I'm going to have this Menti quiz right at 4:30 p.m. Be right there. Do not miss that. Alright. Now tell me. Alright, you are a DAVian. Alright, Supriya, that's great. Even I'm a DAVian. Okay. Alright. Hey, hi, Nitin. Come on, people. Tell me. What is this chapter all about? Come on. Footprints Without Feet. What are the major characters? What do you exactly see in the chapter? What is the chapter dealing with? What exactly is the domain that it is actually happening in? Tell me, come on. You did read it, Soumya. That's pretty good. Invisible Man. Okay, and Soumya, an invisible man. Okay, it's not a invisible man. About scientist Griffin. That's very good, Lalit. That's very good. Okay, it's about a scientific solution by a scientist. Yes, Haritma. That's pretty good. Invisible Man. That is very clear. Shamshuddin. I am Preksha Sharma. Okay, and Pooja Joshi. I'm sorry, dear. I really don't remember you. Hi Ram Narayan, hello, hello. All right, about an invisible man. Okay, so you know before you read is given in your book, and we always need to read before you read. I have told this earlier as well to all my students because somewhere you get an idea what exactly the chapter is going to talk about. Okay, somewhere you get an idea that this is what the chapter is going to tell us while we are going to read it. Okay, so can a man become invisible? This is a question. This is what we come to know. This is a story of a scientist who discovers how to make himself invisible. So you get to know right from the very beginning. You know, you need to read it because that gives you an idea. Like from the Diary of Anne Frank, okay, the chapter Nelson Mandela, the before you read section is important there. Please read that. Questions can be asked in your examination from that, okay? When I had explained you the chapter, I explained every bit about it. Alright people, about Griffin discovery. Alright, who drank a drug which made him invisible and he uses it in a very bad manner. Aryan, very good. Very, very good. Archana, that's pretty good. Alrighty people. Hey Mohammed. Hey Umar. I see you after a long time. Welcome back. Alright people, so now he is becoming invisible. Alright, we are talking about a scientist, a person who is living into the world of science. So does he use it or misuse it, his discovery? So this is what we are going to see. If he is going to use it for good or if he is going to misuse it. Okay, that will have its own consequences. Alright people, so read and find out how did the invisible man first become visible? Why was he wandering the streets? So we would come to know while we are going to read the chapter. Okay people, here we begin now, okay? So what do we see? The two boys started in surprise at the fresh muddy imprints of a pair of bare feet. Sorry, of bare feet. Now there were two boys guys, alright. Started in surprise means that they got surprised. Alright, started in surprise refers to the fact that they got surprised at the fresh muddy imprints. Now imprints refers to the very fact that there were certain prints. Okay, what do you mean by imprints, everybody? Yeah, mostly he misused it. That is very right. All right. So now we see that there are two boys. All right. And they are very much surprised. Why are they surprised? Because what do they see? They see that there were certain footprints. All right. And they were muddy. All right. That means that somebody came from the mud. All right. That is the soily part. And now if somebody is walking, so he or she would be leaving certain footprints. Right, everybody? Are you all understanding? Are you all understanding this, everyone? Yes, so there are certain footprints and they were very fresh. Okay, and what were the footprints all about? They were the footprints of a pair of bare feet. Bare basically means not clothed or covered, that means naked. Alright, that you're not wearing any slipper. Like if you're walking, if you're coming from mud and you're walking, your footprints would be giving the prints that of a shoes, right? But if you're walking barefoot, that means if you're not having anything on your feet, if you're not wearing any slipper, any shoes, then that means those prints would be the naked prints of your feet, right? Everybody clear to everyone? Yes. So what was a barefooted man doing on the steps of a house in the middle of in the middle of London? Now this is the question that arrives, that what was a barefooted man? What does that mean? Guys, please remember this, that it was muddy imprints. Okay, the very detail is important. All right, and also please note here the has been capitalized because this is the style of the very book that you are reading. I told this earlier as well, and we are here being very particular. Like here we are talking about boys, like where, and they are two boys. Okay, that's why we are using the article the here. All right, everyone. All right, everybody. Okay, so everybody saying yes, that's good. Hey, Corby, Peekaboo dear, how have you been? That's pretty good, very nice. Guys, Menti is going to take place right at 4:30 p.m. today itself. Be right there. I'm going to ask you the questions on the basis of what I'm teaching you all right now. All right, and Corby, I'm very well. Thank you so much. And I hope that you're good too. And Rakesh, no dear, I do read the comments, my dear. Hey, Navneet, hi, good afternoon. All right, people. So now what do we see? What was a barefooted man? That means that what was a man without any slippers or shoes was doing here on the steps of a house. That basically means herein we are talking about what? Herein we are talking about the steps of a house. That means the very entrance of that house, and that too in the middle of London. Okay, the has been used here because we are specifying the position, that is it was in the middle of London. And where was the man? So there was no man. There were only footprints. And this actually shocked those two boys. As they gazed, what do you mean by gazing? Gazing is looking intently. That means that you're looking with all your focus, and your focus is just there at one position. Okay? They gazed. They were looking so intently in such a focused manner. A remarkable sight met their eyes. Now, what does that mean? Remarkable means like worthy of attention. So something that was really worthy of attention had taken their attention. Had taken their eyes. That means the remarkable sight. Sight here refers to the view. Okay, the very view met their eyes. That means that they looked at that particular thing, and a fresh footmark appeared from nowhere. Again, you see that there was another footmark, and it was appearing from nowhere. They couldn't see a person. Here it has been exclaimed. Okay, the exclamation mark has been used here. The question was there in your sample paper related to the triumph of surgery, that why is the sentence being exclaimed. Okay, so please pay attention to everything when I am teaching you all. That's pretty important. Hey Tetsi, hi dear, I see you after a long time. Umar dear, we are already almost done with your term 1 syllabus. That's already there. Prajat, it's not my birthday, but thank you so much. I take that as a wish. All right, Dance with Pari, what was your question, my dear? I didn't see any of your questions here. All right, intently, Umar means in a very focused manner. Okay, in a very focused manner. Okay. Now this exclamation is telling us the very thing, that they were really shocked. Why were they shocked? Because like from nowhere, like there was no person and the footmarks were coming in. That is why the sentence has been exclaimed, because it was a view of shock. Okay, so further footprints followed. So that means there were another footprints that were just being appearing after those footmarks, one after another. That means that they could only see the footprints. That's it. Descending the steps and progressing down the street. So now that means, now descending the steps means that they were coming down, they were coming out of the steps. That means herein we are talking about the stairs. All right, that he was coming down. Descending means that coming down, and progressing down the street. That means now those steps were moving down the street. That means that he was making a move. He was coming down the stairs and then he was going away. So those, only the footprints were visible and nothing else. Okay, The boys followed. Now the boys, they become curious. They were following those footprints. They were fascinated. What do you mean by this? That they were really attracted now. Okay, they wanted to know that what is it actually about. Until the muddy impressions became fainter and fainter and at last disappeared altogether. So they were really following it. Okay, they were following it until the time they become fainter. Fainter means lighter. Okay, that means now they started disappearing. All right, they couldn't see it anymore. Okay, and finally they completely and totally disappeared. So first they were following the muddy, okay, first they were following the muddy footprints, and then those muddy footprints, they were becoming fainter. That means they were becoming lighter, and finally they disappeared. All right, people, is this clear? Yes. Is this clear? Asha, I'm very well, thank you so much. Vardi means something useful. Okay, that means useful. Hey Hriday, hey Rahima, hi everyone. Neha, yes, you're asking me the syllabus, is it? Seriously? Yeah, Aryan, I'm going to cover that soon, dear. Okay, that's in the pipeline. All right. Okay. Lighter. Lighter means the first. See, if you are coming from a mud, if you're coming from soil, okay, if you're coming from wet soil, if your shoes are there into it, if you're moving out of it, you will give a footprint which is darker in color. The mud would be darker in view. Then you are moving ahead. That particular mud will be lightened. Okay, the color will be lightened. Then you are moving ahead again. The color will again be lightened. So here lighter means the color is getting light now. Okay, there was no mud anymore because he was already walking a lot. All right, people. Hey, Tetsi. Yeah, I do remember you. Okay. Hriday, I had taken the sample paper yesterday. No, I told you all that what are the types of questions that are going to come. But no worries, I'm going to come up with a session the next week wherein I'm going to make you all practice how to deal with your writing section. Okay, fascinated means like very much attracted, okay, like very much interested. For example, if I'm saying I'm so very much fascinated, that means that I'm really very much attracted and interested. If I'm saying I'm fascinated into looking the particular issue, okay, so that means that I'm really interested in knowing about it. Now, if I'm telling you I'm really fascinated to know about this, that means I'm really interested to know about it. Okay, is that clear, everybody? Okay, all right, Vijay, all right, okay. Pratinav, dear, I had already done that. It was being done yesterday. Please go and check, okay. The video is available on the channel Unacademy 9 and 10. Kindly check it out. All right, is that clear to everybody? Now we are moving ahead. I hope the chapter so far is clear. Now it says the explanation of the mystery was really simple enough. Now the explanation, that means the reason, okay, the reason of the mystery. What do you mean by mystery? Something that is not understandable. That is what mystery is, wherein you don't have an answer to that. Was really simple. The word really is telling us that here the explanation was very simple. All right. Hey Rishabh, happy Ganesha Chaturthi to you too. Thank you so much. All right, people. Tetsi dear, I did that. Guys, I've already discussed the sample paper yesterday. The video is available. Kindly go and check it out, please. Okay. All right. Yeah, Rajdeep dear, guys, please go and check the video, okay? Kindly do that, okay? That is really going to be helpful for everybody. Now coming back to the very chapter. So the explanation was enough. It was simple enough. Like simple enough means that it was very simple. The bewildered. Now, what do you mean by bewildered? Vocabulary is important. Vocabulary based questions are there in your sample paper. Bewildered means very puzzled. I mean, if this is happening with you, just imagine if you see something like this, you would go crazy. You would go mad. Like, what is happening? Am I going mad? Like, have I seen a ghost? You'll start thinking that way, no? You'll be scared. Right, everybody? Hey, Karvi. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to you too. Thank you, dear. All right. So, yeah, sure. Pratinav, you should do that. So, the bewildered boys had been following a scientist who had just discovered how to make the human body transparent. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, guys? Now, those boys, what were they doing, everybody? They were actually following a scientist, okay? And who was that scientist? That particular scientist has actually learned how to make oneself invisible. And what do you mean by transparent? Like you can see through. Okay, like you can just whatever, for example, if there's a man right in front of me, okay, but he is invisible to me. So that person is not visible to me. I can see what is actually behind that person. So transparent means when you can see across that particular body. All right. So he had made himself transparent and one can see through it. The person can see you, but you cannot see that person. That's what he made himself. That is completely transparent. All right, people, is that clear? Okay, so who is saying what? All right, yes, let's see. Go ahead with that. That's a good book. Okay, go ahead with it. All right. Hey, Peach Huma. All right, you're Peach Sarika. Why did you change your name? Transparent from one medium to another. Yes, Omar, that's what transparent is, when you can see through. Okay, when there is no obstacle in between and you can see that what is behind it. All right, people. Neha, what are you asking, my dear? What is it that you're saying? What are you texting about? I didn't see any of your text, my dear. All right, people, moving ahead. So now he had made himself transparent. Now, what was the name of the scientist? Griffin. Okay, he was the scientist. He was a man of science. He was living in a world of science. He had carried out experiment after experiment. Now, what does it mean? Experiment after experiment basically means that he was repeatedly experimenting. Okay, there was a repetition of experiments. What do you mean by experiments? When you're trying to do something, okay, and the failure and the success depends upon the fact if that particular experiment is going to work well or not. All right, he was experimenting, he was repeatedly experimenting to prove that the human body could become invisible. Here could has been used in order to talk about the fact that the human body has got the ability, okay, it is able to be invisible. That means something that just cannot be seen. That is what invisible is. Now finally he swallowed certain rare drugs and his body became as transparent as a sheet of glass. Here we have got simile, people. Please make a note here. Figure of speech, when we are comparing something by using as or like, that's a figure of speech. All right, though it also remained as solid as glass. This is very important, people, to understand here. What exactly happens here is finally is giving us the indication that he succeeded. Okay, this is giving you an indication that he succeeded and he swallowed certain rare drugs. That means that he had taken in, all right, he had taken in some. Certain is giving you the idea that there were only some drugs. Okay, rare drugs, like rare means something that is not rare, means something that is not usually found. All right, and drugs here refers to what? Drugs here refers to the medicines. Okay, so he had taken certain medicines that he had made himself, which made his body transparent as a sheet of glass. That means when there is a glass, you know, you can see through it, right? When there is a glass, you can see through it, you can see what is there beside it. That's so easily available, sorry, that is so easily visible, right? Everybody, is that clear? Who use meat? Okay, what is it, guys? What is the name of the scientist? It's for you, it's Griffin, dear. Name of the scientist is Griffin. Griffin. FFIN. All right, Juma, it's your mama's account. All right. Neha, yeah, you can use Oswald for your MCQs. That's okay. Brajesh, who used meat? I'm not getting your question, Brajesh. What are you trying to say here? All right. Rare means, Umar, rare means something that is not usually found. Okay, something which is really different. Okay, rare means low availability. Yeah, you can say that. That's very right. All right, people. Hey, Shibu. Hi, dear. Okay, that's okay, Sarika. I got it. Okay. Now moving ahead, swallowed means like when you had eaten. Okay, swallowed as in that you have devoured it. That means you have eaten it. Okay, that is what it means, that he had eaten certain drugs. Alright, that is what swallowing is. Now it says that his body was like a sheet of glass, like a sheet, like through the very sheet of a glass you can easily see through, but it was as solid as a glass. You know, the body was very solid, just like a glass, but it became transparent like a sheet of glass because through that sheet of glass you can always see. Now next, brilliant scientist though he was, so that means that he was really an amazing scientist, everybody. Okay, he was really a very good scientist, amazing. That is why the word brilliant has been used here in order to talk about the fact that he really did something amazing and it was really unique and different. He was, though is giving us the comparison here. Okay, now the word comparison word has been used here in order to tell us something that would be told to us in the next part of the line. So brilliant scientist though he was, so he is saying that he was really an amazing scientist. Okay, but there is a thing that he wants to contradict. Okay, so this contradiction is coming here, that is why though has been used. Griffin was rather a lawless person. What does that mean? That he was not obedient to laws. He didn't used to follow the laws. He was a lawless person. So rather a lawless basically is giving you a comparison again, that he was a person who didn't used to follow the law. His landlord, okay, landlord basically means the person who was the owner where he was living. So he was living on rent there. Okay, so now the landlord, the lord of the land, that means the owner of the land, disliked him. He didn't used to like him and tried to eject him. Okay, now basically here we are talking just about the landlord who didn't used to like him, and he tried eject. What do you mean by eject? To remove, you know, when you are connecting any hard disk or anything in your system, then it asks at the end, like once you're done with your task, it asks you to eject the disk. Okay, that means to remove the disk. Now that landlord actually wanted him to just go away. Okay, in revenge, Griffin set fire to the house. So what do we know? That he was not really a good person. He didn't used to really follow law. So he was in a mood to take revenge. Okay, as in, what do you mean by revenge in Hindi? That means badla. All right, people, are you all understanding? Is this understandable to everybody? Yes, guys. Hey, Aviral, happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Thank you so much. All right, I have sent you. Aryan, yeah, I got it. I got it. Okay. And land scientists, intelligent scientists don't follow laws. That's right. Lawless means not following laws. That's right. Reliable is another useful book, Aryan. Okay. All right. Okay. Eject. No, no, no. See, Shivi, inject is when you are just getting into. Okay. Eject is when you are moving out. All right. So that means removing. All right, people. Alrighty, guys. So now what do we see? That his landlord disliked him and he wanted to take the revenge, and that is bad. You know, the very attitude of taking revenge is always bad. It is always bad. So what did he do? Like when the landlord tried to just remove him from the place, the scientist Griffin, he tried. He didn't try. Instead, he set fire to the house. That means उसने वहाँ पे आग लगा दी. All right, are you all understanding this, guys? Is that clear to everybody? Yes, the match is cancelled, guys. That's okay. Okay, you should be worried about your exams. Your exams must not be cancelled. All right, Corby, that's right. Okay, clear to everyone? So we see, to get away without being seen, he had to remove his clothes. So what did he do? He had done something really bad. And what was that? That in order to be completely away from that place, he had to remove his clothes. He just removed his clothes. So he was a bit insane kind of a man. Thus it was that he became a homeless wanderer. Because of this, that he had put the house on fire. He had to remove his clothes, and after that he was just moving out. And this was the reason. Thus is actually one of the concluding words that we use. Okay, these are known as your connecting words. Thus is actually the result. You know, cause and effect relationship. This is the result of what happened before. You have got certain questions in your sample paper, cause and effect relationship, wherein you are talking about the result. All right, people, is that clear to everybody? All right, lawless, yes, guys. And Nitin, lawless, you know, see, understand this way, law and less. Okay, so that means, what do you mean by law? Law is like a particular guideline that you have to follow in your life, and less means without. All right, whenever you see this particular word, no, like law, less is basically a suffix, guys, which always means without. All right, keep this in your mind and learn it today itself. Less means without. All right, for example, if I'm asking you that this if I am telling you this is sugarless, so what does that mean? That this is without sugar. So whatever word is right before it, that means that is without it. So lawless means without law. Yeah, I spoke in Hindi, guys. Okay, is that clear, everybody? Okay. All right, guys. Now moving ahead, ma'am, may I know whether you have finished term one portion, because I've joined yesterday only. Asha, dear, yes, this is almost the last chapter, but don't worry, I'm going to come up with a series wherein I'm going to practice you, make you all practice a lot of questions. Okay, MCQs would be there, so you would be able to understand that well. All right, Umar, yeah, I'll be speaking in Hindi only. Don't be worried about that. Okay, no, don't do that, Pratmesh. You don't need to be invisible. Why do you want to be invisible? Be visible and show others that you are literally doing wonders in your life. All right. Okay, people, now moving ahead, guys. Thus, it was that he became a homeless wanderer. Now, again, less. So, that means he was without home. There was no place to live. And wanderer means a person who roams from one place to another, alright? Aimlessly, who doesn't have a particular place. You know, at times we say this to our siblings. Why are you acting like a wanderer? Why don't you sit in your room? That means that why are you roaming here and there just in a stupid manner? So wanderer is a person who's just roaming here and there without any aim, who doesn't know like where to go and what to do. So he was without clothes, guys. Okay, now this was a funny thing that he was completely without clothes. He really did a stupid thing, and that was out of a revenge. Okay, though he was intelligent, but he was really a lawless person and without money. So he had no money. Please keep this in your mind. He had no clothes, he had no money, and quite invisible. Quite invisible. Why the word quite has been used here, guys? Because here the thing is that now like his very footprints, they were now being visible, you know. So only that particular thing was invisible, but otherwise he was totally, sorry, that was visible, other things were invisible. All right, people, is that clear to everybody? Yes. Yeah. Arihant, see, Arihant and Oswald, they're good books. You guys can go ahead with the practice. Okay, subjective answers in English. Please make a video as fast. Yeah, Omar, why are you so worried about that as of now? That is going to be a part of your term too, but I'll be making you prepared for that. Okay, don't be worried about that. All right. Yeah, Tetsi, you say like that, but don't use that word, no? Use the proper word, wanderer. Alright, people. Now, moving ahead, until he happened to step in some mud and left footprints as he walked. Again, the exclamation. These questions are coming in your examination. Pay attention. So, why the word quite has been used here? Because the reason is given. This dash has been given here, guys. This is known as am dash in the very language of your publishing industry, that is publishing book industry. So this dash is giving you a reason of quite invisible. So we use m dash, that is the dash, in any writing to give the further reason for that. Alright, for example, at times you write that following are the reasons, then dash, and then you list down the reasons, right? So here this is the reason that until means till the time he happened to step. That means till the time he had put his foot, okay, in mud. All right, in some mud. We do not know that how muddy it was. That is why the determiner some has been used here. And he left footprints as he walked. Now here exclamation is given. Why? In order to stress on the fact that it was really a shocking thing that some part of his very identity was visible, and that too through his footprints. Okay, that is why exclamation is given, in order to show that he was walking after he had put his feet or foot in mud. Clear to everybody? Yes. Yes, Rajdeep, he had really removed all his cloth because he had already developed a drug, a medicine, like after consuming which he could become invisible. Alright, is that clear? The that oxymoron is when we are using two adjectives that are opposite together. For example, we have this poem, right? A tiger in the zoo. You have quiet rage. So if you're quiet, that means if you are just very sitting very quietly without saying anything. And after that, if you, there's a rage. Rage is like suppressed anger. So anger and the quietness like joined together. That's what your oxymoron is. All right, very good, wanderer. All right, okay. Until means till. Okay, for example, if I'm saying that here, like here it says no, until he happened to. That means till that time. All right. In Hindi, it is like jab tak. Okay, is that clear, everybody? Is that clear, everyone? Are you all understanding what I'm telling you all? Is that making sense, everybody? Okay. Mud is, you know, when the soil is wet. That is what mud is, right? All right, Archana, it's going to be there till 3:15, something like that. Now moving ahead, guys. What do we have next? We have next. He escaped easily enough from the boys who followed his footprints in London. Now it was easy for him to just go away from them, right? And but his adventures were by no means over. Now adventures means like whatever he wanted to do. Adventures mean the activities that he wanted to take, right? Which had some danger involved. Okay, they were by no means over. That means that they were not yet finished. He had chosen a bad time of the year to wander about London without clothes. Now that means that it was a bad time. Why was it a bad time? Because it was winter. All right, and he was wandering. Wandering means he was roaming aimlessly about London. About London means that he was just roaming on all the streets of London. Okay, and that too without clothes. That was a bad time. All right. Why? Because it was midwinter. Please remember this, that the time was midwinter, and like a person without clothes is really feeling, will be really a stupid one who will be walking without clothes, and that too in winter. So the air was bitterly means extremely, okay, bitterly means extremely cold, and he couldn't do without clothes. That means he couldn't do means that he couldn't live without clothes. All right, could again is telling you about the very capacity of a person to live without clothes. So he had no capacity, he has no ability, he was not able to live without clothes. Instead of walking about the streets, that means that instead of walking about the streets, that is the streets of London, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. Now, decided to slip into, that means slided to get into. The preposition into has been used here in order to reflect on the fact that he wanted to change his position. All right, like earlier he was on the streets, now he wanted to get into a mall, into a store. Okay, so a big London store. Okay, that is what you guys have to keep in your mind, that the London store, which was really big, for warmth. What do you mean by warmth? That is that he was feeling so cold and he needed some sort of hotness. All right, he needed to feel some he needed to feel a bit warm so that it would not become difficult for him to live. All right, yeah, we are going to cover the full chapter, so stay tuned. If you really want to eat something, keep your chips or anything or your snacks or anything with you and keep listening to me, because whatever I'm telling you, that's for your good. All right, people. Yeah, because he's a normal human being, Shivi, and he was just trying to be an extraordinary person. So closing time arrived. Now he was in that very store, but now a store has got its closing time as well, right? Now the time was there, and as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself the pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. So now once that closed, once the very store was closed, what did Griffin do? He had put on the clothes. So once he would put on the clothes, he would be visible. Once he will shed off the clothes, he would not be visible. Okay, so he had put on the clothes and then he was feeding himself. So that means that there were a lot of eateries, a lot of eating material that was there. He was feeding himself, he was eating that, okay, without regard to expense. What does that mean? Without regard to expense means without any tension of any payment. Okay, without any tension of paying anything. All right, because that was his advantage of being invisible. So he was doing something wrong, he was not following the law correctly, he was completely betraying a lot of things. All right, people, slipping means to move, right? You have to understand the context. To slip into a big London store for warmth, here the contextual thing is to move into. Okay, is that clear, everyone? For filling exact model, is there a trick? Siddharth, no, that's what English is, my dear. Okay, like you need to use the correct things at the correct places, no? So that is where like the correct things are being used. There's no trick, it's just your understanding. All right, people, do you watch? No, 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 I don't watch that. Okay, I don't watch that. Okay. All right, Kesh, don't worry, we are going to complete it. Okay. Now we see that he broke open boxes and wrappers and fitted himself out with warm clothes. Now we see he broke open boxes. Okay, so there were certain boxes that were open, he just had broken them. All right, and there were wrappers also. Okay, so he had just broken them as well, and he fitted himself out with warm clothes. And he was fitted himself out, that means that he had worn warm clothes for himself. Okay, that would not make him feel cold. Next, soon with shoes and overcoat and a white brimmed hat, he became a fully dressed and visible person. So soon means that he was now completely in a proper attire. Okay, he had his shoes with him. Please note this, shoes. Okay, and overcoat. What do you mean by overcoat? Overcoat is basically a coat that is worn on your inner clothes, okay, on your body, and that is actually long. All right, and a wide brimmed hat. Oh, that means having a broad brim. That means that the very edges, from the edges, like you see the hat here, you know, that's a wide brimmed hat. all right, which is having a broader edge, okay. And he became a fully dressed person. So now the clothes were there on his body and he became visible. In the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee. Remember, cold meat and coffee. In the restaurant, he found that, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine. So what did he have? He had meat, he had coffee, he had wine in the restaurant, okay. And he took it from the grocery store, all right. So what did he eat? He had taken cold meat, he had taken coffee, and then he followed up the meal. That means after he had taken this meal of cold meat and coffee, he had some sweets and some wine from the grocery store. Grocery, from where all these eating materials, they are available. So finally he settled down to sleep on a pile of quilts. So where did he sleep? He had slept on a pile. That means that there were a lot of blankets, all right, which were being piled up, all right. There were a lot of blankets that were lying on each other. He had slept on that. This is what you all have to remember. Every detail matters. All right, Soumya, there is no trick, my dear. All you need to do is you need to remember the words. You need to use them in your daily life, and then you are done. All right. I understand. Did he rob? Yeah, Tetsi, no, like he had taken the advantage of being invisible. The store was closed, so that is what he was doing. All right, people, is that clear? Shreya, I am teaching you English. Okay, footprints without feet from the book Footprints Without Feet. The chapter is Footprint Without Feet. Okay, background voice of something beating something. Yeah, maybe like there was some. I mean, there is a construction that's going nearby. All right, people, now moving ahead. Alrighty. So, if only Griffin had managed to wake up in good time, all might have been well. Now, the thing is that he was sleeping. And now he was sleeping for a long time. Alright. Here a condition is given that if only Griffin had managed to wake up in good time. Good time basically refers to the fact that in right time. Alright. Like before something had happened, if he would have got up, all might have been well. Might here has been giving us the indication of the less possibility that if he would have got up in time, maybe, like might be, might is giving the answer here, less possibility, that might be the things would have been fine. As it was, he did not wake up until the assistants were already arriving next morning. Now guys, what happened? He was there in that store only, guys. All right, he was lying on that pile of quilts so nicely. Now the assistants, that means the people who were working there, they had already arrived next morning. Okay, they had to open their store. They came in. When he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked and began to run. Now what did he saw? That a couple of them, that means like some of them, they were now approaching. That means now they were coming towards him. All right, he panicked. That means that he was now filled with fear. Okay, he was in a fear state. He panicked and he began to run. Now he wanted to run. So how did he run, guys? They naturally gave chase. That means like if somebody is running, you will consider the person to be a thief. That is why the word naturally is there, because they had closed the store yesterday night. There was nobody and now this man was there. So they would consider him to be a burglar, right? A robber. That is why they were naturally chasing him. They were running after him. And in the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So this is a bit funny here. Alright people, what exactly happened is, alright guys, just see here. Yeah, this is a bit interesting figure that I can actually find to tell you all how the situation was. Okay. So guys, what exactly happened? Now what was the best way? How could he have saved himself from being caught? That was the only thing, was that he had to shed off his clothes. This is what he did. Alright, now quickly is telling us that he was doing it in a very fast manner. Okay, he was taking off his newly found clothes. Why newly? Because that was being taken right from that store only. So he started sharing off those clothes. So once more he found himself invisible but naked in the chilly January air. Now guys, again he was naked. Again he was running, and he was running on the very streets of London when it was really very cold. Okay, it was January air. Alright, so that means January is known for your winters. Right people? Shreya, Griffin was invisible. The person, the scientist was invisible. Alright, yeah, you can call that he was Mr. India. All right, is that clear, Archana? Yeah, he could speak, but he was not speaking. Okay. Now moving ahead, this time he decided to try the stock of a theatrical company in the hope of finding not only clothes but also something that would hide the empty space above his shoulders. Now what does that mean, guys? Herein he wanted to get into a theatrical company. That means a company which is concerning with acting and your theater. Okay, so what was the hope? He didn't only want to, like here it says not only, this is your coordinating conjunction, guys, not only but also. So we always use them in your pair. Okay, they are always being used in your pair. They are known as coordinating conjunctions, which are always used together in a sentence. So herein he is saying that now he wanted to try the stock of a theatrical company. That means that he wanted to make use of the things that are there in the company which is dealing with theater. Okay, and what was the hope? The hope was to find, not only to find some clothes, that was the priority always for him. Okay, after that he wanted to hide empty space above his shoulder. So that means the very space above the shoulder, he wanted to hide that too somehow. All right, so he was trying to be a bit more different. Why? Because he wanted to protect himself from winters. All right, shivering with cold, he hurried to Drury Lane. Remember this, that what exactly was the situation? Shivering with cold, that means he was trembling. Okay, it was really cold. Like when it's cold you shiver, like you tend to wear warm clothes so as to prevent yourself from cold, right everybody? Right, is that clear to everybody? Hey Kashish, hi dear, good afternoon. Now what happened is he was traveling and he hurried. That means that he quickly went to Drury Lane, Drury, the center of the theater world. Now that was the lane which is actually known as the center of the theater world, and it's true. So he soon found a suitable shop. So there was a shop, all right. He made his way. That means that he went into it. Okay, and that too invisible. That was so easy for him. He went upstairs then, all right, and came out a little later. He came out a little later. Okay, he went upstairs and after some time he came out. He was wearing bandages round his forehead. Now there were bandages, guys, all right. That means that there was that strip around his forehead, and dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers, and a large hat. So now, guys, herein we see the situation was totally different. Please remember this. This is important. Periodic or term 1 will be totally MCQ. Okay, MCQ will come in periodic test or not? Yeah, that would be there, Shreya. Your school will definitely be asking you. All right, that will be there. Drury Lane, Kashish, is the very place wherein he wanted to, wherein there were theatrical shops, as in the shops leading with the materials that are used for theater, for acting. Okay, so therein there are a lot of shops wherein you can buy certain things that can be used for your acting, and that is what he really needed. And what did he need? I mean, what did he take from there, guys? You have to remember this, that what did he take? All right. All right, what did he take? Like he had worn the bandages, okay, around his forehead, and there were dark glasses like you see here, right? Then false nose like this, okay, and then big bushy side whiskers. What does that mean, guys? Herein we are talking about the mustache. Alrighty, and then a large hat was there. Okay, remember this, pretty important. Now, guys, what do you see? We see that to escape without being seen, he callously attacked the shopkeeper from behind, after which he robbed him of all the money he could find. Now, see, he wanted to escape without being seen. Only that head thing was visible and he didn't want that particular thing to be seen. So what did he do? Like he had attacked. That means that he attacked the shopkeeper from behind, all right, so that he couldn't see him. After which he robbed him. He had taken all the money that was there with that shopkeeper. Okay, so could is again talking about the ability to just snatch all the money that he had, and callously means in a way that shows an insensitive and cruel disregard for others. That means you are not concerned if the person is being wounded or injured, you are only concerned about yourself. So Griffin was a person who was really a selfish man. He was completely lawless. He was using his discovery in a wrong manner, which was not right for a scientist to do like that. Alright, people. Vanshika, theatrical means something which is related to your theater. That is your acting world. Alright. Is that clear? Necessary? Corby, you must do that. Don't leave that. Okay, all right, like Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, you're right. That's even I thought the same way. All right, that is very right. Whisker is your long mustache. All right, that is what it is. Alrighty, people. Okay, so you all get that. Okay. Now, lawless. Oh my God, Kushi, guys, I told you law and less. Okay, less means less is a suffix which means without. So whenever this word is without with any word, that means without it. All right, lawless. Okay, if I'm saying shameless, so that means you have got no shame. You are without shame. Okay, so lawless means without law. All right, Kushi. I hope that's clear to everybody now. Right? Is that clear, people? Correct. Hey Adya, hello. Now, big busy. Okay, here this was the other thing. The busy, no, big bushy. Like big means that it was a long mustache, and bushy means that it was really having a lot of hair. Okay, it was really very dense in growth. Okay, clear? Now, what do we see? See, eager to get away from crowded London, he took a train to the village of Iping. Please remember this, that where did he go in order to be away from London? That is, it was really crowded. He went to the village of Iping, where he booked two rooms at the local inn. Now, rooms were being booked, and that too, they were like at the local inn. Now, the arrival of a stranger at an inn in winter was in any case an unusual event. Now at that particular, I mean in that particular season, if somebody is arriving in winter, it was completely unusual. Unusual means something that is not common, something that not doesn't happen on a regular basis. All right, so a stranger of such uncommon appearance set all tongues wagging. Mrs. Hall, the landlord's wife, made every effort to be friendly. Now he went to the village of local inn. Sorry, he went to the village of Iping. He was there, like he booked two rooms there, not one, but two rooms. Remember this detail is important. He had booked two rooms there at the local inn. Inn basically refers to a hotel kind of a place wherein you can stay. All right, people, is that clear to everybody? Is that clear to everyone? I hope you all are understanding whatever I am telling you all right now, right? You all are understanding this? Yes, everyone. Right? So N is basically a small hotel here. This is what I told you, no? So now what happened is that it was very much not an ordinary scene. So a stranger of such uncommon appearance. So he was having a very different appearance, guys, all right? He was there and set all tongues wagging. Wagging means talking in suspicion. All right, Mrs. Hall, the landlord's wife, made every effort to be friendly. Now what happened is that he was talking in such a, like Mrs. Hall was the person, all right, she was the wife of landlord, all right, and now she was trying to be friendly, to be good to that person, but there was that suspicion means there was that doubt in the mind that what kind of a person he is and what is he doing here. Okay, because usually they didn't used to have any visitor in the season of winter. All right, people. Mrs. Hall is the wife of landlord of the inn where he booked, where Mr. Griffin, I mean the scientist Griffin, booked two rooms. Is that clear, everybody? Is that clear? Yes. All right, people. Now we see. But Griffin had no desire to talk. He didn't want to talk and told her, my reason for coming to Iping is a desire for solitude. Please remember this. What did he say? That I have come here to Iping because I have got a wish. I want to be in a state wherein I am all alone. Solitude means the state or situation of being alone. Okay, when you do not want anybody else's company. I do not wish to be disturbed in my work. Besides here is additionally. Okay, here it means additionally an accident has affected my face. Now he was trying to give a reason that why does he why does he have that very particular, like different unusual face. He said that I don't want to be disturbed in my work and I have come here because I want to be all alone, and also I met with an accident due to which my face has been affected. So he was giving a false reason in order to hide his lie. All right, people, is that clear, guys? Is that clear, everybody? Right? Now, satisfied that her guest was an eccentric scientist. Eccentric basically means abnormal. All right, that he was an abnormal scientist. Now she was satisfied. She understood that he's an abnormal scientist, and in view of the fact that he had paid her in advance, Mrs. Hall was prepared to excuse his strange habits and irritable temper. Please remember this. Why did she let him stay there? Why did she do that, everybody? What was the reason, guys? Yes, Corby. Okay. Lakshya is asking me the question. Loneliness means solitude. That's right, Pratmesh. And okay, guys, let's be friends. Jivan wants to be friends with everybody, guys. Come on, be friend, like befriend him. And Lakshya, you're saying Mrs. Hall, the wife of the landlord who ejected Griffin. No. That's not the thing here. Okay, herein we are talking about the very village of Iping. Okay, at the inn where he stayed. All right, here we are talking about that very particular place where he booked 2 rooms. All right, that was different, and here it is different. Okay, Lakshya, you got it? All right. Okay. All right. Now, see, satisfied with the guess. Now she was like, okay, she admitted that he's just a stupid man. He's an abnormal scientist. And also, he had paid her in advance. Okay, so she didn't want to let go of the payment. And that is why she wanted, like, she was okay, like, here to excuse his strange habits. That means very different habits and his irritable temper. That means the way he used to behave. Okay, temper is like your behavior, which is very much irritating. All right, she was ready to excuse that. That means she was ready to ignore that. All right, but the stolen money did not last long. So he had stolen the money from that shopkeeper, right, from where he had taken on all that theatrical things, right? So now that did not last long. That means that that was not there for a longer time, and presently Griffin had to admit that he had no more ready cash. Now ready cash means that there was no cash in hand. He had no cash available with him, and he had to admit it. Okay, he pretended. Okay, now he was pretending. That was like, whenever you pretend, you are not being genuine. Okay, he was pretending, however, that he was expecting a check to arrive at any moment. So now he wanted to be there. Now he was acting. Okay, he was completely an identity of a liar. He was now showing just an act he was doing to show that soon he is going to receive his check. Okay, and here it says like at any moment means that it could be received at any time. Is that clear, everybody? Is that clear? Because he's an insane person, no? Like, he's into his own world. He doesn't like talking much. All right, people. Is that clear? Is that clear to everybody? Yes, guys. Is that clear to everyone? Making sense, right? Irritable temper means that when you get angry so fast, all right, that when you have got a behavior wherein you just get angers like so quickly. That is what an irritable temper is all about. Okay, is that clear now? Is this making sense, everybody? Right, that is what he was. All right, is that clear, everyone? Now the next thing, okay, shortly afterwards, a curious episode occurred. Now shortly means not very late, okay? Not very late afterwards, something happened. And what was that something, guys? Afterwards, a curious. What is curious? Like eager to know. Like one of the episodes, as in like one event took place. Very early in the morning, a clergyman and his wife were awakened by noises in the study. So very early morning, okay, it was really early in the morning, a clergyman, that means a male priest, okay, and his wife, they got up. Why did they get up? Because they heard some noises in the study. Now study is like wherein you get to go and you sit and you read books, okay. Creeping downstairs, that means like going downstairs very quietly, they heard the chink of money being taken from the clergyman's desk, okay. Now what did they notice, guys? They noticed like why is the word creeping has been used here? Because they were moving. Creeping means when you are moving quietly. All right, now they were moving very quietly and they got up because they heard some news. All right, now what do we see? That therein here, I mean that they saw that they heard the chink of money being taken from the clergyman's desk. So there was that desk wherein when his money was being kept. All right, so we see that from there, chink of money refers to your coins. All right, that was being taken away. All right, now he was stealing it, and without making any noise and with a poker grasped firmly in his hand, the clergyman flung open the door and he says, "Surrender." Okay, so he didn't make any noise. Okay, and with the poker, what do you mean by that poker, guys? What do you mean by poker, everybody? Poker, everyone, come on, tell me. What do you mean by that? Like with the poker grasp, what does it mean? That means a stick, okay? A stick basically here. Like he had taken a stick in his hand. Poker means that he had taken a stick and he grasped firmly. That means very strongly. He had taken the hold of that. And the clergyman flung open the door. That means that he immediately opened the door. And he said, "Surrender." Exclamation is there. Because now that was an order. Okay, that was a command. Surrender. Alright people, is that clear to everybody? Yes guys, clergyman is a priest, okay? It's a priest, okay? It is basically a priest. And flung basically refers to the fact that you are immediately opening the door, okay? Like you hold the door and you throw it away. That means you are throwing the door away, which is not the literal meaning. That means you are opening it in a rush, and that too quickly and that too fast. Okay, that is what the thing is, that you are opening it with force. Like to be very exact here, you will say that flung means that he had flung the door. That means he opened the door with force. Okay, immediately. Like you must have seen in the movies, no, in that particular show. What is that show? Like CID, if you have ever seen that. Like they flung the door usually. This is what the people usually do. Okay, is that clear to everybody? Okay guys, so we are going to like continue from here right at 4:30 p.m. Be right there guys, and immediately after that I'll be having Menti with all of you, wherein I'll be asking you all the questions. Alright, is that okay for everybody? Should I be stopping now? Will you all be there right at 4:30 so that we can continue? Yes everyone. Chink coins, okay, money basically. Chink like basically refers to the chink refers to the coins. Okay, is that clear everyone? Is that okay for everybody? Yes, yes guys. All right people, so we are going to continue it right at 4:30. Be right there everyone. All right people, be right there. Alright, so I have this news for everybody right here, guys. And what does it say? It says the following. Just a moment, everyone. Alright people, so we would continue from there for all of you. Alright, and before that I would like to share with all of you Unacademy subscription features, guys. You guys get to learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all the courses would be provided. Top educators of India on one single platform. Regular doubt clearing and answer writing sessions would be there. Exhaustive coverage of the entire syllabus. Mentorship and guidance, study material in the form of PDF would be given to you. Practice tests, live test series and batch courses. So guys, we have a lot for all of you. Your term 1 is approaching. Do not delay your success, guys. Okay, daily practice sections will be there. Weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQ and subjective test series. We have got a lot for everybody, right guys? Think well for your future. Go ahead with the best. Alright people, priest is a religious person. Okay, in Hindi you say that as Pandit. Alright. Okay guys, and then guys, we have got different monthly plans. You guys can go ahead with any plan that suits you the best. Make use of my code because this is going to give you straight 10% discount, and the code is PSH10. We have different monthly plans. You guys can go for 48 months, 36 months, 24 months, 18 months, 15 months, 12 months, 9 or 3. But make sure that you are thinking for yourself. That's what is needed, right? Then we've got iconic subscription, which is really unique because one-on-one interaction would be there. Personal mentor would be there. Okay, live doubt solving sessions would be there. Weekly reports would be there. Parent connect thing would be there. Study planner and all benefits of Unacademy subscription would also be a part of your iconic subscription. So you see the weightage of benefits is really more than the weightage of amount that you'll be charged with. So again, we have got different monthly plans, guys. Go ahead with any plan that suits you the best. Okay, my suggestion is try to go for a longer tenure because that's always beneficial. Alright people, so here we have got PSH10, the code. This is going to give you all straight 10% discount. Make use of it for your good so that nothing is delayed in your success. Now moving ahead, anybody can be a subscriber on Unacademy Plus, guys. You all can pay in parts, and like you can pay in parts only for more than 12 months subscription. All right, we have got EMIs and read our FAQs. It'll ask you for a referral code. Put in the code PSH10. Let's say the amount is 15,000. You can pay in 2 parts, which is 7,500 each, or 3 parts, which is 5,000 each. Okay, we have got zero cost EMI, and this is the code PSH10. Talk to Unacademy expert and then use my code, because only using my code will give you the confirmation that I'll be there to solve any of your doubts. Alright people, is that clear? And Unacademy free special class features, guys. Live real-time interaction using chat and emojis. Ask questions using the question tabs. Live poll options for quiz and poll leaderboard. Compete with your friends as well. Alright, and we are starting with this batch for class 9B right there. Revision batch on Maths, English and Social Science. It's going to start from 14th of September. Don't forget to enroll, alright? And we are celebrating Teachers Day month, guys. This is amazing. It's an offer for Plus and Iconic subscription. It's ending on 13th September, guys. Exciting mega offers for CBSE students of classes 6 to 12. For 12, 15 and 18 months, you guys are going to get 4 months free. For 24, 36 and 48 months, you guys are going to get 6 months free. And for 60, 72 and 84 months, you guys are going to get 8 months free. Alright. So flat 10% discount on purchasing Plus Iconic subscription for any duration. Valid for first 300 subscriptions only. Go ahead. Don't waste it, guys. Alright people, and guys, if you are really aspiring to be an IITian and you want to crack these examinations, IIT, JEE or NEET UG with CBSE, then guys, we have an amazing offer. Class 9 and 10 students buy 2-year CBSE course and get 25% flat off on 2-year IIT, JEE NEET UG course and 2 years free validity starting today. Save 50% plus 25%. And class 10 students buy 1-year CBSE course and get 20% flat off on 2-year IIT, JEE NEET UG course and 1 year free validity starting today. Save 33% plus 20%. And it's valid only till 13th September. Make use of it. And if you want to have IIT, JEE, NEET, UG with foundation, then that is literally amazing again. Because class 9 students, you can buy 2-year foundation course and get 25% flat off on 2-year IIT, JEE, NEET, UG course and 2 years free validity starting today. Save 50% plus 25%. And class 10 students buy 1-year foundation course and get 20% flat off on 2-year IIT, JEE, NEET, UG course and 1 year free validity starting today. So save 33% plus 20% and offer is valid till 13th September. Go ahead with it, everybody, okay? So we have got 10% off on Unacademy Plus and Iconic subscription. Make use of my code PSH10. Download the app right away. Get it on Google Play or on the App Store. Try all of these features for free by using the code and let's crack it, okay? Do not forget to like the session, share it with your friends and subscribe the channel, guys. If you have not yet hit the bell button, then kindly do that. And let's crack it together, everyone. Thank you. I'll see you all right at 4:30. Be right there. Take care.